But that's a positive-looking team which could easily operate a 4-3-3 system with Mickey Weir in the flank and Gareth Evans joined through the middle by Steve Archibald, who starts his first match of the season after 5 appearances as a substitute. He's still to score this season, but he was Hibs' top scorer last year with 16 goals. And young Paul Kane continues his new career at right back after a successful early year at Easter Road in attack and in midfield, and he's certainly proving to be a very valuable player indeed. Hearts send out the same 11 for the 4th match in a row, with Wayne Foster retaining his place in attack to the exclusion of John Robertson, who's on the bench alongside their recent signing from Rangers, Dave Kirkwood. And it's a first Edinburgh derby for Dave McCreery, the very experienced Northern Ireland international, who will play a key role in the battle to win the centre of the field. And Hearts' scoring hopes rest chiefly on 21-year-old Scott Crabb, who scored no fewer than 11 goals this season, but who plays this afternoon with heavy strapping on that thigh injury. And the referee this afternoon, also from Edinburgh, Mr. Andrew Waddle. So Hearts start the match, forcing Hibs to play down the hill in the first half. Not their favoured way at the start of the match. And Hibs hoping to head back from the disappointment of 3 straight defeats. They've lost to Aberdeen and to Rangers by 3 goals to 0, and then lost again in midweek after extra time to FC Liège. So the league hopes stuttering a little with these 2 league defeats. Hearts at the same time making a good challenge in the early part of the season. And of course the Edinburgh derby has something special in terms of importance of both sides. Scott Crabb will head it on, Foster, and it's eased back by Cooper. Calming influence at the back for Hibs. Evans trying to turn. It's back with Cooper. Now Weir. Linking with Archibald and Collins. Snedden looking for Evans, a good challenge made by McLaren. There's Gordon Hunter. And now Kane. Good play by Archibald, chesting that down for Brian Hamilton. Levine made the important challenge for Hearts. Collins. Now Brian Hamilton. On the far side is Mitchell. Tackle came from Mackay. Snedden. Safely taken in by Henry Smith. Kane's header gives Hearts the throw. Foster heavily tackled there by Kane. We'll take against the Hibs fullback. Exchanging a smile with Foster. Barron to McKinley. Now Levine. Cahoon's lay off. There's Mackay. That's for Crabb. It's great play from Hearts. Gorham coming out. The free kick is given against Hearts. Scott Crabb is penalised, and Crabb will be in trouble for his protests. Superb play. Cahoon to Mackay. The love pass into the path of Crabb. There was Gorham. Crabb left his foot in there. The referee gave the free kick. And Crabb has been lectured sternly for his spot of dissent. Across the back four to Paul Kane. Enough space for that pass to Weir, so it throws the Hearts. Well, Hibs want to see Mickey Weir seeing lots of possession on the flank. So far he's been busy checking back in McKinley. Handball there by Crabb. Free kick taken quickly. Hamilton looking for Evans. And Levine concedes a needless corner kick with the attempted pass back to Smith. Well, it is remarkable how often Corner kicks given away in such fashion result in problems for the defence. Cooper joined the attack for Hibs. Weir to Collins. Up goes Mitchell. Snedden is also in the box. Thurston wins the high ball. Bannon got a touch. Good play by Evans. He's away from McLaren. Back it goes towards Mitchell, and a fine save by Henry Smith. You must have seen that very late indeed. That was good goalkeeping. Well set up again by Hibs. Hamilton to Evans, who slipped his man on McLaren, then pulled it back. Mitchell took it first time, and across went Smith. Hunter playing it to the far side, where Mitchell's made a good run again. Taking on Mackay. Out it goes, the corner kick is given, much to the consternation of Mackay. Again, Mitchell has done well on the left for Hibs so far in the match. Snedden, number 3 in the box for Collins, sending over the corner. Here's McCleary to Kane. Evans going across, brought down by Smith, and the referee has given a corner kick. Well, I cannot see any way in which it was a corner kick, whatever it was. Evans clearly thought it was a penalty. There was Kane with a shot, lofted through there. A good ball by Mitchell. There was Gareth Evans, who got the ball first, certainly played it away, and that looked like a penalty kick. Up goes Smith. That's a fine save under pressure from Snedden. Henry Smith, the relieved man, I've no doubt, some 2 counts, making that good save, but also the fact that the referee gave the corner kick rather than a penalty kick, which seems to indicate the referee thought that Smith punched the ball behind for the corner, when in fact he made no contact, I reckon. Through the middle it goes for Cahoon, he's onside. That's great goalkeeping by Andy Gorham. And McLaren now having to be careful with the pass back. Well, a dead Jew there to Andy Gorham from Hibs. He realised the problem was there as that ball came through with Cahoon appearing to be well onside, and Gorham killed the danger before it really began. Evans to Hamilton. Good play, that's Kane again. Seeing a lot of the ball in the right back position for Hibs. Crab turns it back, there's McKinley and Foster. Crab. Tackle made by Kane. Very solid and effective. Now Mickey Weir. Far post ball, Henry Smith had to be careful. The ball appeared to swirl in the air as it came towards the keeper. Good piece of handling. Mickey Weir, his favourite position, wide on the right, and well taken by Smith. Collins going in on McCleary, no free kick given. His head was low as Collins made the challenge. It's Foster now breaking on the right for Hearts. And a beautifully timed tackle again from Neil Cooper. Here's Cahoon. Now Foster, pulling it back for Bannon. 32 minutes gone, the Hearts fans go wild as Eamon Bannon gives his team the lead. Cahoon did well, sidestepping away there from Neil Cooper. The shot ricocheting there into the path of Foster. This is a great pull back by Foster. Bannon coming in, Gorham got a touch, but he couldn't keep it out. And Hearts are in front. Well, Bannon's second goal of the season. Headed on by Hunter, there's McKinley. Cahoon doing well for Hearts. Fine play by Kane. Crab anticipating a headed pass back, which didn't come. Here's Collins. Using some pace to try to get away from McCleary. Free kick's been given. Very determined customer, Dave McCleary. Spoken to by the referee. There was Collins. And the tackle from McCleary. A lecture given to the Northern Ireland International, and it's free kick which Hibs have taken quickly. There's Mitchell. Looking for Archibald. Hibs have equalised. Steve Archibald's first of the season, and beautifully finished. Here was Graham Mitchell turning to his right foot. Now just look at the way Archibald takes this, easing the ball under the crossbar away from Henry Smith. That was striking of the highest class. 6 minutes from half-time, Easter Road burst to life as Hibs get back in level terms. Oh, what a match we now have in our hands. Difference made by a couple of goals. In all fairness, a little more than Hibs deserve in the balance of play so far. Turn away there by McPherson as the Hibs fans chant Archie, Archie for this man, Steve Archibald. Now 33 years old, but capable still of these touches of class which can turn games. Although you wouldn't know it from that expression. Alec Miller, the Hibs manager. Cooper did well, showing his composure, keeping his eye on the ball. Back to Mackay. Here he is again. So that was deflected behind for a corner kick to Hearts, who always look menacing when they come forward. Gary Mackay doing a good job on the right side of the midfield. So perhaps some more work for Andy Gorham. McPherson's header, there's Crabb on the turn. Great block there by Gorham. Well, superb striking play there by Scott Crabb. McPherson with the header, noting that down. And look at the quality of this turn from Scott Crabb. Gorham seeing that very late and just getting down in time. Snedden. And there's Mitchell playing it forward for Evans. And the whistle has gone for a free kick to Hearts. An offside decision. Well, it really has been a very entertaining first 45 minutes, with Hibs having a lot of the pressure, but Hearts looking very dangerous indeed every time they've managed to get forward. And they showed that with the first goal of the match. Forcing Hibs to battle again. It was Eamon Bannon who got the opening goal. Half-time after some great Edinburgh Derby entertainment. And controversy raging. There's Steve Archibald who got the equalising goal, but controversy raging over a possible penalty kick for Hibs before any goals are scored. Then Eamon Bannon in 32 minutes going in on a Wayne Foster cutback to beat Andy Gorham before that classical piece of headwork from Steve Archibald from Graham Mitchell's cross made the half-time score. Here it is, the road. Hibs 1, Hearts 1. And there are a couple of very significant changes in the Hearts lineup for the start of the second half. Eamon Bannon and Scott Crabb have not reappeared, allowing Dave Kirkwood there to play on the left side of midfield, and up front John Robertson has replaced Crabb. Hibs starting the second half with the same lineup, and this match very evenly poised indeed. Hibs having a long spell on the ascendancy in the first half, and then Hearts scoring that goal, having a good spell themselves, but Hibs back in the game. And here come Hibs again with Paul Kane. That had to be carefully watched by Henry Smith in goal. Kane's got plenty of dig in that right boot, making a chance for himself, striding forward into the gap. McPherson seeing the danger coming across. That's well taken by Smith. Kirkwood looking for Cahoon. McLaren. Foster being shadowed there by Mitchell. Good running by Foster. Clearance from Cooper straight to Gary Mackay. Now Cahun. Mackay again, and Robertson in the thick of it. He was offside on the 6-yard line. John Robertson, and the offside flag is up, but Cahun turning that back inside the Hibs defence, indecisive for a moment, and it was Robertson offside. And the Scotland national coach Andy Roxburgh, a very interested spectator, watching Andy Gorham, I reckon, in particular, and also of course Dave McPherson's in the squad for the Norway game. Evans holding play up, waiting for support. McCreary wins it. McPherson now sees the chance to go forward. Brian Hamilton spots the danger for Hibs. So does Collins. Evans playing it forward, and Archibald adjudged offside. Well, Hibs fans not at all pleased about that, just inside the Hearts half. Well, Hearts almost paying for that, with McPherson on the sortie upfield, being crowded out and hustled out of that. It was Evans who played it forward, and Archibald bursting clear. Turned on by Kirkwood. Foster goes down, this time Archibald is definitely onside. And Henry Smith comes to meet him. Good goalkeeping. And Archibald is offside again. He's been too slow coming back, as Mitchell is caught there by McLaren. Well, Archibald trying to spring this offside trap. Yeah, barging into Levine. It was Smith who got there first. John Cahun for Hearts. Headed away by Hunter. Evans first to the ball this time. Kane wins it from Kirkwood. Here's Hamilton. Weir calls to the ball through the inside right position, and it's cut off by McPherson. Suddenly the quality of the play is picked up again. So has the pace. Levine's header goes straight to Weir. Still Weir in possession. Well tackled by McCreary. There's no free kick. Play continues. McCreary certainly appeared to play the ball. He's on the ground injured though. As Hearts come forward, here's Cahun. McKinley through the middle. Out comes Gorham. Swooping superbly on the ball again. Still McCreary's on the ground. Well inside the Hearts half as Snedden comes upfield. Back now with Archibald. Collins in space in the middle. Over on the far side is Weir. Still no McCreary for Hearts. He's out of the play as Weir sends the ball inside and McLaren turns it back. Well, Henry Smith this time, I think, playing the ball out. Well, he hasn't quite made it. Yes, he's made it now, so the referee will allow attention for Dave McCreary. Let's see how that came about. There was Mickey Weir, well tackled by McKinley. Weir getting up, continuing inside. There was the tackle made there by McCreary. He certainly played the ball first and then took that knock, which has left him out of the play. So Dave McCreary going off with an injured left knee. The Hearts reduced to 10 men. They've committed both their substitutes already. Alec McDonald reorganising things on the field. There's a change being made now by Hibs. Mickey Weir is being withdrawn. Hibs fans will not be happy about that. They are certainly very fond of Mickey Weir's talent. But he goes off, and the replacement is Dave Fellinger. Here's Neil Cooper. Levine's header finds Cahun. Cooper steps in, winning the ball from Cahun. Here's Neil Cooper. Well tackled by McPherson. First touch for Fellinger. Cooper again with a header. Well, he did well, forcing play forward, Neil Cooper. He's had a fine match in the back, but now showing his creative skills. Winning it neatly there. Looking up, then making space for himself for a shot at goal. Well blocked by Dave McPherson. Still on the end of this chip ball from Fellinger. The header is off target. But Dave McCreary is back on the field with that knee strapped up. Expect to function at full tilt, I don't think. Hunter did well, but it's back through the middle for Cooper then to defend.
Here's Kirkwood looking for Cahoon. Kane closes in from right back and takes no chances with the clearance. John Cahoon's header. There's McKinley. It's away from Fellinger. A long deep cross, and Snedden takes no chances, turning it behind for the corner. So Hearts' chance now to put pressure on, and Andy Gorham may have work to do again. There goes McPherson, who's a major threat inside the Hibs penalty area at these set pieces. Kirkwood's corner. Up goes McPherson. Turned on by Cahoon, but Hibs survive. Taken again by Kirkwood. Dave McCreary turning it back well for Cahoon. John Robertson. Robertson again! John Robertson at his best. Linking superbly around the box. This is when Robertson is so effective. Around the penalty box. McCreary with his brilliant back healer while he's clearly handicapped. Then Cahoon to Robertson, the first time ball. He looked for the turn from Foster, and that would have been a great goal. And a great from the past. Dennis Law watching the match this afternoon here in a sponsorship arrangement. Good control from Archibald, but he was being shadowed all the way there by Dave McPherson. The throw goes to Hearts. Levine linking with Robertson. Collins snapping at his heels. Snapping too fiercely. Gareth Evans will be in trouble. The Hearts players beaten to Evans by the referee, Andrew Waddle. Dave McPherson calming the Hearts men down. Craig Levine has taken the full brunt of that on the right shin. Stepping away from Collins. The free kick had been given for that challenge by John Collins, but then entered Gareth Evans. Well, wrapping that right shin of Levine. Was the first booking of the match for Gareth Evans. Reckless late tackle on Levine. A player who's known all about serious injury over the last year or two, so let's hope this is no more than a bruise. Pat McGinley is going to come on to replace the player who's just been booked, Gareth Evans. Levine's header. Hunter comes to meet it. There's McGinley. Showing good control, turning away from McPherson. Fellinger goes on the outside. Archibald shows himself up front. Sent tumbling by Levine. Archibald reacting angrily. He wants to get on with the free kick. And the referee will now have a word with both Levine and Archibald. Calming things down. Steve Archibald pushing Levine away. He wanted to take that free kick quickly. Kane with the swerving effort. Not a bad shot that from Paul Kane, but Smith was behind it all the way. McPherson reacts well for Hearts at the back. Well, we're entering a stage in the match where you have the clear impression that both sides will settle for a draw rather than risk any disaster towards the end. There goes Archibald chasing. Levine is quick enough to get there ahead of him and to find Mackay. Tackle was made by Collins. Hip throw. Mitchell is number 5, trying to find the Hibs player in space. Archibald asks for the ball. He's away from his man. Now Collins. Well saved by Smith. Well, that's remarkable the way Steve Archibald can find space. Turning inside away from Levine, looking up to see Collins. Now here's Collins on his weaker foot, the right, but that's a good effort, well saved by Smith. Forward goes Kane. There's Archibald, back towards Kane. He's taken out of the play. Right outside the box. Trouble here for Craig Levine. Superb play this from Hibs. Here's Paul Kane, coming to his fullback position, Familiar territory this though in midfield, linking with Archibald, a delightful ball played in, and Levine takes Kane right out of the play, quite deliberately. So there's trouble here for the Hearts defender. A yellow card for Levine. There's more trouble going on here. Mitchell squaring up to McPherson, and Archibald too is going to be in trouble. He was trying to get the ball spotted for the free kick, and referee Andrew Waddle suddenly has this situation exploding out of control. Now the referee had a word with Archibald a few moments ago when he was upset about an earlier incident when he couldn't take a quick free kick, and now the same again, but this time it's resulting in a booking for Archibald, who's still complaining bitterly. And after all, if that settles, it will be a free kick to Hibs. There's the yellow card for Archibald too. A great chance for Hibs to win the match. This time the referee is being much more diligent about the 10-yard rule, waving back the Hearts wall. Kane and Archibald setting up this free kick. Off the post from Archibald. McGinley couldn't turn it in. Well, Hibs can scarcely believe it. Well, Steve Archibald rifling this past the wall, off the base of the post. Smith was beaten, all ends up, and it wouldn't run in front of Smith again for Hibs. Well, we're now past the 90-minute mark. Bit of trouble here. John Collins having difficulty taking this corner kick. Well, this is tragic. The police are there, stewards are there. John Collins trying to take an in-swinging corner kick, and he's right in front of the Hearts supporters. Oh, referee Waddle having a word with a high-ranking police officer. Collins looking very calm. Hearts have cleared the danger for the moment. There goes Hunter. Challenge is made by McCreary. Throw goes to Hibs. Alec MacDonald is incensed. He was quite sure the last touch came from Hunter. Oh, what hectic action and drama right at the end of the Edinburgh derby. Hibs pushing forward for all their worth. Cleary will feel agreed that they don't win this match in lieu of that terrific free kick taken by Steve Archibald. It's too late now. There goes the final whistle. Hibs with Steve Archibald leading the challenge at the end, having to settle for a point at home against Hearts. But what a dramatic end to the match. The second half until the last 5 minutes or so largely undistinguished, and in the end Hibs will feel a little bit unlucky not to have won the match with that stunning late free kick from Archibald. The final score at Eastern Road, Hibs 1, Hearts 1.
The free kick at the end of the game almost won it. Steve, you looked very upset indeed, were you?
Yeah, what I can remember is the wall left a little, just enough gap to get a strike through, and I hit it quite well, and it actually hit the inside of the post, so I thought it was in, but I couldn't believe it when it came out. But even when it came out, Pat McGinley almost got onto the end. In fact, he did, and the keeper had a good save.
Some doubt about your first goal, in the sense that someone was up in the commentary position thought it was a great goal, and one or two thought it was lucky. What do you reckon?
Well, I'd listen to the ones that said it was a great goal.
What about your future then, Easter Road? You have indicated a wish to leave here, but you played today, played very well today. What does the future hold for you?
Yeah, but that was the transfer request was last season. It's nothing to do with this season. This season's a new season. I've been injured for a long time, like you said. This is my first game back. I'm not thinking about leaving. I'm just thinking about playing and getting properly match fit.
And can the Hibs fans then expect to see you around playing like that for a good while yet?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I just need some more games under my belt, a little bit more touch of the ball, a bit more practice. I'm feeling good. As long as I'm here, I'll give them 100% like I always have done.
Steve can make a big contribution. Steve is, I've said before, he's quality. He's a top draw stuff, Archibald. His movement, his linking with players, his idea where players are. I mean, the goal shows that he's just kept the ball going, and it's in beyond Henry. He can make a tremendous contribution here because he's an experienced pro and we've got a young squad.
And will he be a part of the scene for the weeks to come with Keith Houchin back fit?
Well, yes, definitely. I mean, Steve playing the way he played today, you can't keep him out.
You must have been very happy though, I think, with that first goal. How do you feel about the build up to that?
Yeah, I think that was the only piece of football we'd played at that time, and I mean, we come here trying to do that, but in saying that, we managed to get a goal off it, and we were delighted at that time. I think if you see the goal, the one we lost, it'll look a wee bit silly, because I think Steve Archibald knew where the ball was, you know. But in saying that, that's what it's all about.
Well, we were giving him more credit than that. We thought he had done it quite well, actually.
Well, if you watch it, Jock, you'll see he's looking at me, actually, you know, just to make sure I wasn't going on to mark him. But
well, I still think it was a great goal, I must say. Now, last week, Jim Duffy resigned as manager of Falkirk on a point of principle related to the behaviour of certain players off the field. And that gave him the chance to watch his first Edinburgh derby yesterday. Welcome, Jim. What were your impressions?
Well, just a typical derby, I think, Jock. You know, plenty of effort, commitment, but just a wee bit lack of flair.
Lack of flair, and of course Hibs, though, showed some flair. I think maybe early in the game they started very well, didn't they? They looked to be very impressive, and in fact, when they were on top, they had that penalty incident, remember, early on, when it looked, to me certainly, that it might have been a penalty. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think it was. I think Gareth Evans' pace here gets him just to the ball in front of Henry Smith. And I think you see Henry's reaction here, he's a wee bit worried. Because Gareth just touches the ball past him and he carries on and brings him down. So for me, it was a definite penalty.
And he didn't look too concerned about the fact a corner was given either, Henry. That might have been another indication he was very relieved.
Yeah, that's right. I think he heard the referee's whistle blown and he knew it wasn't a corner, so he thought it must be a penalty.
And of course, what happens in a situation like that, against the run of play, Hearts go in front. And that, again, coming from, I think, only the second attack of the match.
Yeah, it was about the first time in the match, actually, that John Cahoon ran directly at the defence. And there was a kind of double ricochet here that falls to Wayne Foster. And a good finish there from Eamon Bannon coming out the back post.
Question for you there. Judging Andy Gorham by the highest standards, international standards, could he have done better here?
No, I personally don't think so, because the ball goes through Paul Kane's legs here, as you see. And I think that maybe just unsighted Andy, just enough to put him off.
So no blame to Andy Gorham?
No, not from me anyway.
Right. Now, of course, Hibs had to come back quickly. They did. We've heard differing views already about that Steve Archibald goal. I've clearly stated my position. What did you think?
Well, I think Steve Archibald knew exactly what he was going to do here. I think, and you can see by his reaction, he's walked away before the ball's in the net. As the ball comes over, he's underneath it, and he just lofts it over Henry here. And he's already away, with his hand in the air before the ball reaches the net.
Now, Steve Archibald did make a very interesting contribution to the game, coming back after the long layoff. He did seem to show touches of class, did he not?
Yeah, I think that was right. He's the one quality player, I think, that stood out on the field. His first touch and his linking up play was superb. I think Alec Miller mentioned that after the game. But everything that came, any danger that came from Hibs, was almost directly through Archibald.
There clearly are some personality difficulties relating to Archibald's presence at Easter Road, but really with this quality of play, this pass particularly, this kind of play must make him a very important player for them.
Yeah, that's right. Well, as I said, I think the other players respond to a player like Archibald, and you see here with the free kick as well. It's a tremendous strike and very unfortunate not to get in the back of the net.
The thing too with that was he seemed to want to push people out the way to take the free kick. He wanted to take
people
that,
like Paul Kane and John Collins over the ball there, but Archibald was having none of it. He's already told him he's taking the free kick, and that shows that he's enthusiastic enough and determined enough to get that ball in for the winner.
And the kind of player perhaps who gives a little bit of a lift to the Premier League in the terms of the guts and toil.
Yeah, well, he just makes the game look a wee bit simpler than it actually is, and especially in derby matches where it is a bit hurly-burly. He just seems to have a wee bit of composure that makes it a better game to watch, better game for supporters.
The hurly-burly you mentioned, of course, was in the middle of the park in particular. There was one key midfield battle. It was Dave McCreery was marking John Collins. Now, we asked Dave McCreery what he thought of John Collins.
I know John obviously from reports in Scotland, even when I was in England. But he's a very good young player, and I can see he's got a great future.
Now here was John, he was playing in a central midfield role, which is his favoured position. How did you rate this performance?
Yeah, well, John Collins done very well yesterday, worked really hard. You see him battling here and then playing a pass, and he's also moving on to see if he can get in the end of something else as well. And again, linking with Steve Archibald here, he's won a tackle in midfield, and you see McCreery at him as usual, and he's battled away. I think he actually loses the ball here and wins it back again, and then this is when he's more positive, putting a lovely ball through to Mickey Weir on the wide right.
That's one of the criticisms perhaps of John Collins, again judging him by very high standards, is the lack of telling passes sometimes into forward areas.
Yeah, well, I think you've got somebody as experienced as Dave McCreery hounding you for 90 minutes, mind you, it makes it that wee bit more difficult to do that.
That certainly wouldn't help him, but he did look to be a quality player, and perhaps of interest to Andy Roxburgh was watching.
Well, maybe not for Hearts for the Norway game, but certainly in the future I think he's got a real good future in the game, and I think that if he works as hard as he did yesterday, then he'll go a long way in the game. So
much for that game. Jim Duffy, future coming up, what does it hold for you?
Well, I'm just the other ex-manager now, being a vulture, sitting waiting in misfortune before